Got it. Okay, good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of the Ambassador's Journey. Just need to set my background up. I need to share something. Just give me a sec. And that's it. That's perfect. Okay. Okay. Welcome back to another edition, another episode, if I can call it that, of the Ambassador's Journey. This is the presentation room. So in this room, we get to speak about our experiences so far in the journey. We get to share about what value the journey has added to us as people, or maybe some things that we discovered along during the journey. So I am going to just go ahead and get started because I think there's so much that I would like to share, but for the sake of time, we only have 30 minutes on this one. So I would like to keep it very focused around what the journey is about. But I think before we even get into the journey, I read a statement, right? A quote, if you will. And the quote was by Jim Rohn, right? It's absolutely amazing. So what Jim Rohn went on to say was, okay, cool. If you want to improve, if you want something to improve a situation, if you want to change a situation, you want to change an environment, you want to change an outcome, you are the one who will have to change, you as an individual. And I think that is so perfectly aligned with what we believe in on this journey. So if you look at it, our motto for the journey is be, do, have, right? So a lot of people want an instant gratification. So they have this idea and they want the idea. They want it like right now. Right. But what a lot of people don't understand is, yes, that idea is absolutely possible. That idea is absolutely tangible. It's something that you can manifest. But there's a process to getting that. There are things that you will have to go through. There are things that you will have to experience to get that outcome. Right. And what I found was when with this sort of mindset of the journey about loving the process, loving the journey actually, about loving the idea of walking through the waters and becoming who you need to become. That's the key. Like we fixated on the outcome, and there's nothing wrong with that. I just think you can be fixated on the outcome, but just remember to enjoy the process to having or to getting the outcome. So this is where a lot of people get it wrong. And I think this is why a lot of people's dreams don't come true. I'll give you some personal examples. I believe in what we are doing here on this journey, and I'm actually seeing the fruits of it in people. Right. So there's knowledge that's being shared, there's information that's being given, there's different perspectives that's being discussed, and we are all learning and growing from it. So that's what the platform is about. It's about you coming through and adding your value. And as soon as you are able to add value, you can change someone else's life. So that's what's been happening on this journey. I'm evolving again as a human. Right. But obviously, because I have the understanding of this be, do, have, I have the understanding of loving the process. It's in the process where you're going to be tested, people. It's in the process where you're probably going to face your greatest levels of resistance. And this has been happening to me personally. I've had so much of opposition from people that I didn't think I would have the opposition from in the first place, but that's always a surprise. And it's not a negative thing either. Like opposition, I don't know why we have this thing about if you suffer, not suffer, but if you face something and it's a real challenge, and even though the challenge looks bleak or whatever, that's not there to destroy you. No one, I don't know why we have that mindset, we have the mindset, no, we face opposition, no, this thing can't be for me. Right. Now I think that's crazy, because those are the moments where you are actually tested about your idea. You are tested. The element of faith is so true in that respect, because if you have to do whatever you need to do to have what it is that you want to have. So if you want to have $1 million in your bank account, for example, You're going to have to experience whatever you have to experience and overcome those experiences to get to your $1 million in your bank account. That's what it is. You can't get away from it. There's no such thing as you, a wishful thinker, right? You have this great grand scheme and grand idea, and things don't work out and you stop. Right. That's because you are fixated on the outcome and you are not loving the process. You're not loving the journey. And I speak to athletes about this all the time. So in the athlete space, let's take football because that's the space that I know. If you're a football player, match day is usually on a Saturday or a Sunday, right? So players, athletes look so forward to the Saturday or the Sunday that they kind of hate training. And the question I always ask is like, dude, if your match day is once a week and you are training 5 other days of the week, that means your life is not going to be great because you are miserable for 5 days and only happy for one. So if you can actually learn to love the 5 days, you'll be happy throughout the week. Right. So I think that's something that this journey has actually been teaching me. And I've come up with new ideas. I've come up with new projects. And there's so much resistance to these projects. But because of my mindset, because I have the understanding of the be, do, have, I know that I have to experience what I have to experience. I have to face whatever challenge, no matter how insurmountable this challenge may seem. I have to figure it out. Because once I figure it out, this is going to allow me to have what I need to have. Right. And that's exciting. That's exciting. So now I'm in a space where I'm actually looking forward to challenges. Because I know that the challenge is not there to break me down. It's actually there to elevate me. It's going to make me better. It's like I'm going through something, and the fact that I'm going through it, that's going to make me the expert. That's going to actually allow me to be a qualified leader, if I can say it like that, because my experiences will allow me to help other people. And this is perfect because I had the conversation with, I can't remember, it was a friend of mine, and we're having this discussion about going through things, It's about going through things. So his explanation was, no, you have to face whatever you have to face so that you can have information to help the next person. And now you just have to share that information so that they don't suffer the way that you've suffered. They can now have it better. They can now do more. They can now be more as well because of what you have gone through. And that's absolutely powerful. That's the sort of mindset that I think a lot of us need to start developing, because then a lot of dreams will also then start becoming true. Yeah, this is how powerful this journey is, and this is everything that I am learning in my own space and in my own journey. I'm on this journey with different people. We are all like-minded, yes. We are all motivated to succeed, yes, and that is such a powerful and key element. People, you have to surround yourself with people who are thinking like you. This is not to say you need to surround yourself with yes sayers or yes people or yes please people. You need to surround yourself with a similar mindset. So if I'm determined to succeed, I have knowledge that has allowed me to succeed in previous spaces. Surround yourself with me, right? Get involved in my circle where I am, because now I can share this information with you. And even though you're experiencing challenges, I'm going to be like, dude, I've been there. I've done that. You have to think differently out of it. And I'll give you another example, right? So this project that I'm launching, like I mentioned, it's a big one. It's a really big one. And even like the checkpoints that we have is quite crazy. And obviously with the short time limit, but it doesn't matter. That's not things that bother me. So I came up with this idea. I approached a community, right? I approached a community with this idea, or community leaders with this idea. The leaders initially bought into the concept, right? And maybe a week later, the idea of the leader started to change. First, it was like, yes, let's do it. This is great. This sounds exciting. The following week, just 7 days later, right? I went to the leader again and had the similar conversation. And the conversation now is like, I don't know if it's going to happen. Or no, I don't know if it's possible. Bringing up negative things, like, giving me all the reasons why this shouldn't happen. Right. But because I'm in this mindset that I'm in, I'm now able to share what is from inside of me. I'm able to share my ideas and my thoughts despite this person's negative mindset. I'm still able to share what I believe in. I'm still able to give him knowledge and information that has benefited me. And this was the words that I used. I've gone through exactly what your people are going through. That's amazing. If I didn't go through that experience, I would never be able to relate to what this man was saying. I would never have been able to relate to what his people are experiencing. But because I had that exact experience, I also lost my job. How I was earning a certain salary. I had salary cuts. I had to leave my job. And once I've left my job, I then had to go on this journey to try and cover my expenses. And this is what I did. I came up with this sort of solutions. Because I went through that, I can now share that experience. I can now share the information that I've gained during that time. And that's why the journey is important. That's why the process is everything, right? This is how you become an expert in anything. You must go through the waters, people. You must go through the waters. You want to become you want to be known as the person who has reached the summit, has reached the summit of Mount Kilimanjaro. You don't have to climb Mount Kilimanjaro. You have to face whatever it throws at you, right? Your goal is not just going to come to you. You have to do something about it. You have to go there, set up your vision and go there. And this is something that I had to learn through the journey. And this is why I'm so grateful for such a platform, because everything that I experienced, I might have experienced it alone, but now because I understand that there's power in numbers, there's power in a mindset, in a team. I'll give another example. A friend of mine, we had an interview with him. He said that as soon as he realized that the key is in his team, he stopped worrying about himself and he began to pour his values into other people. Why? So that they can have his mindset, so they can know what he knows. So that when they face brick walls, they don't have to run to him for the answer anymore. They have the answer themselves. And I think that's absolutely powerful. And I think this is why I'm so passionate about this program. It's something that has benefited me tremendously. My mindset has shifted. I've evolved as a human, continuously evolved. I think back to a butterfly, a butterfly is first was a worm, a silkworm. That silkworm has to then undergo evolution. It has to go face challenges, it then has to go into the cocoon. It has to experience what it has to experience in order to become the butterfly that we know and love, and I think that's absolutely so important. It's so important and so powerful as well. If you can just have that sort of mindset, begin to love the process, begin to love the journey, and love everything about it, right? Something that I've discovered is that I'm so open-minded now. And this open-mindedness is allowing me to learn things so much quicker, so much quicker. I've built websites now in a couple of days using my mobile phone. I would have never been able to do that. I know people who are still searching on the internet today looking for website designers, you know? Man, I've been able to develop programs, online programs. I've learned about different online payment solutions. I've learned about crowdfunding solutions. I've learned about whatever I needed to learn about to achieve what I want to achieve. And I think that's absolutely important. I think this is where people need to be at. This is what people need to be doing. You need to be going through things, people. There's no such thing as a paradise. Paradise is you attaining what it is that you wanted to attain after all the effort. That's a paradise. Paradise is not something that is in the future. It's not this place where everything is lucky and gold and sunshine and rainbows. I don't think such a place exists. This is not the Wizard of Oz, people. But even in the Wizard of Oz, there's challenges that that person has to go through, or there's challenges that the movie is trying to show us that you need to do. You need to do these things if you want to have what you want to have in life. And I think that's going to be the message for today, people. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much also for choosing to invest in yourself once more. Let's just take you through the program and what it is about. So what I want to do is just share the screen very quickly. Cool. Boom. Okay, cool. So this is the ambassador's journey. Are you ready to be all that you were meant to be? Join our community of like-minded people and get access to coaching, mentoring, learning content, strategies, and all the tools you will need to achieve your personal goals. And I think this is something that is absolutely important as well. People will come into the program with different ambitions. They'll come into the program with different um, levels of mindset, you know. And so what's cool about this program is that you won't have to do what everyone else is doing. We do what is best for you, or what you need. That's what we will give you. So I think that's super important as well. This is the ambassador's code. It's a 3-step code. This is what we live by. This is the process that I've been telling you about. It's a be, do, have mindset. Be is become the idea that you see in your head. Actually start living it out. Be that person. If you want to be one of the greatest coaches, for example, in the world, right? Or that's the idea that you have. I want to be the #1 ranked coach according to FIFA standings in the world. Cool. You now have to become that coach right now. Stop waiting. Stop putting things off for 5 years down, or even 5 days later. Become that coach now, right? Begin to learn things so that you can behave and begin to carry the energy of the best coach in the world. That's how you will become these things. So that's the first key right there. Become the idea that you see in your head. You must become that thing. You must live it out. The second thing that you need to do is do. Once you begin to live these things out, you will see your actions will begin to follow. You will now begin to make decisions that line up with the goal that you have in mind. You start doing things on a daily basis. And these actions that you are continuously doing, these are the things that will lead you directly to your goal, right? And this is so simple because if you have a vision in mind, right? And firstly, you become that vision. The moment your actions do not line up with your becoming, or the moment your actions do not line up with the vision that you have, you will never attain it. So I think this is such a simple formula. You have to firstly become what it is that you want to be in the future. Start developing the actions that will actually get you there, right? And it's so simple. It gives you a formula. It gives you something to do. That's so important because a lot of time we have seminars. It's first a case of, hey, no, sign up, and then I'll tell you what it is that you need to be doing. No, we're giving it this information to you for free right now. Become the person that you see in the future. Become that person. Start developing habits of that person in the future, right? And what you will notice is you do that enough times, you will eventually lead, or you will eventually end up at the place that you wanted to be at, which is absolutely powerful. And also what is included in the program, right? You have access to coaching, to mentorship. You get also access to our WhatsApp community. That's important because you now have access to like-minded people that you can bounce and share ideas with, off of. You can bounce ideas off of and share your ideas with these people. You also have access to the ambassador room sessions. Powerful, powerful. There's so much that we learn in these sessions. And then we have something new that we have added, which is called the break room sessions. That's going to be super powerful because it's in this room where we analyze the work that you have been doing. We assess, well, not assess you, but we look at the be, do, have, and we see, have you been doing what it is that you needed to be doing? Or we even, if you have an idea that you want to test its strength, you know, or test how successful it can be, bring it to the break room. We're going to break it down. We're going to discuss it. We're going to let you know what our thoughts are. We're going to let you know why we don't think it will work. We will let you know why we do think it will work. We will give you strategies as a team to help you on your way to achieving whatever it is that you want to achieve. So that's really cool. So as you can see, there's also a triangle code that we have. It's just basically a 3-point system that we have. We have personal development. This is where you learn about this is where you will learn the laws of success and what it takes to be successful. This is based on evidence, our own tangible experiences. We've studied these materials, we've put it into action, and we got results. That's so important. Then we have self-empowerment. It's in self-empowerment where you learn about your own value. You learn about how important you are to the world. You learn also very importantly about the concept of purpose. I know that purpose is such an amazing topic. People can talk on it for days, but you'll find that people still don't necessarily know how to carry that purpose out. So it's in self-empowerment where you will learn that purpose is nothing more than your contribution to the world. That's all it is. And once you can learn that and have that understanding, you can begin to define your purpose in life. So I know a lot of people don't agree with that, or a lot of might have a different mindset, but this practice and we have got these results. So we know empowerment. Oh, apologies. So we're still live. Still live, still live, still live. But yes, it's in all of these places, in self-empowerment, in development, self-empowerment and empowerment. Empowerment will give you all the tools you need to succeed, really. And this is where we can also begin to hook up with people who are like-minded, people who have actually walked the road, people who are successful in what they are doing. Yeah, I'm just checking what's happening. But anyway, people who are successful in doing what they have done already, people who are financially literate, this is where we're going to connect you and set you up and hook you up with these people so that you can have their knowledge, so that you can succeed the way that they have succeeded in the past as well. And that's it, people. That's the session. I see Madam Winnie, you have joined the call. Well done to you. Madam Winnie, are you there? Are you there? Are you there?
Yes, yes.
Okay, Power. Well done for joining the call.
Thank you. It was
It's
difficult.
almost, was it difficult? Why was it difficult?
To join in because my Zoom call out has been so long not using it. So then I didn't see that there is a link.
Okay, cool. But now you have a reason to use Zoom. Zoom is powerful.
Yeah, Zoom is
Yeah. So yes, what I was saying, Madam Winnie, I was just basically giving a description of the program, what it's about, how you will gain from it, what I've personally experienced in this program. And yeah, that's what I was sharing. So something that you will have, Madam Winnie, because I know that you want to do the whole fitness thing, you want to also do the whole empowerment thing and motivation thing, giving back to your community. Zoom, right, is something that is so valuable to you because if you can access Zoom, right, with a simple link, you can share this link to as many people. So as soon as you share this link to 100 people, you now have access to that 100 people at the same time. So this is the power of Zoom. This is the power of the internet. So I know, for example, I know that you're into fitness and you want to be doing fitness sessions, right? You can literally be in your own home, set up a Zoom call, share the link with 1,000 people. If those 1,000 people join, it's you connecting with 1,000 people, doing what it is that you want to do, how that you want to do it, and you in your comfort of your own home. So I think that's super powerful. But this is everything that you will learn in the ambassador's journey. We're going to give you all the tools that you need. What can you do to maximize your phone? We're going to teach you if you need marketing stuff. We're going to give you the different platforms that we use to develop our marketing content. If you need to do videos, we're going to give you the tools that we use so that you can do it as well, so that you can learn. And the thing about you learning these things, right? You will now be in a space where you can begin to share this information to your people so that they can also begin to change, so that they can also begin to develop and evolve as humans. Yeah. But okay. That's it. I think I'm going to call the session right now. I don't know, Madam Winnie, is there any questions that you have that I can maybe answer just before we close?
At the moment, I have nothing to. I have nothing to question. I'm sorted.
Okay, cool. You have all the info you need.
Yeah.
Okay, power. But I think that's it. One thing before we go, I would like to mention again, well done for investing in yourself. So when it comes to investment, you need capital, right?
Yes.
But capital, there are many forms of capital. Financial capital is one of the many forms out there. Ideas is a form of capital as well. So if you have ideas, that can be your capital investment into something. If you have strategies and solutions, that's another form of capital. If you have a network, relationships, that's another form of capital. If you have the know-how on how to do something, that is also a form of capital. And one of the most important capitals that I can mention is time. If you have time, that is also a form of capital. And this is by far the most important form of all. Because once you spend this capital, you can never get it back. So you want to be very accurate with your time as capital. But that's it. I hope that even in this couple of minutes, Madam Winnie, we shared some good information with you that you can maybe take and apply during your week. But yeah, we will be in contact, and that's it, people. Thank you so much for joining the call. We will see you on the next ambassador's presentation. That's it. Peace.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, bye.
Bye bye.